What really got me involved with scouting as a leader was I had a conversation with a colleague whenever my son was first in Cub Scouts. And he was talking, he said that his son was now grown, married, children, but he was an Eagle Scout and he went all the way through. And this friend, colleague, had got into Scout leadership. And he said to me that it was one that it really affected their relationship as a father and son, to where they got to do things together. They got to be together, but yet separate, to where, you know, the adults are in their corner doing their things and you interface, but you aren't necessarily you're more of in a peer situation than you are, you know, adult kid. You're in more of a peer situation when you are out with Boy Scouts on a camp out or an adventure or even at a meeting. And he said that experience for them really changed their whole dynamic of father and son and was a very important part of their developing relationship as adults. And that he said that his son would call him up as a grown man with children of his own and say, "Hey Dad, you wanna go camping?" And they would go out and they'd spend the weekend or sometimes a week going out hiking, camping, doing what have you. And it was all because of that tie in scouting. And to me, it really kind of stuck with me and it propelled me into jumping into a leadership role. And I have seen that same thing with my son. I see our relationship so much different because of our experiences that we shared in scouting than it would have been if we would not have had that shared experience, that shared sometimes trial, tribulation, you know, exposure to amazingly cool and unusual things that otherwise we would never have experienced together. And so we would not have that bond that I think will propel us into a better relationship, in my opinion, in the future.
It's helped make that connection between us, and it's, you know, it's some alone time that we get to spend together, doing something that we both enjoy, and having adventures that, you know, we otherwise wouldn't have, you know, just normally. In fact, whenever my wife found out that she was pregnant, and I had a boy, was about the same time I started getting involved back in Boy Scouts again. So even before he was born, he had no choice. He was going to be in Scouts. So